So we watched The Color of Friendship. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And guess what? Spoiler alert for the rest of this podcast. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a genuinely good movie. It's also a really hard to rank movie because out of every single DCOM, it feels the least DCOM, I think.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Because it's genuinely shocking how genuinely serious of a movie and story they're able to tell. And somehow it feels like they're not constrained in ways other DCOMs are.
Mhm.
So when we were watching this movie for the first time, we had our whole house ranking movies and everything.
Yeah, I think this actually happened when we were re-ranking all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out where the heck do we put this movie in our ranking.
Yeah.
And friend of the podcast, Beans.
Former guest.
Yes.
Also, yeah.
He made an excellent point, and we had to change our rankings because of it.
He refused to rank this below Zombies in terms of which movie handles racism better. The topic of racism, he's like, we are not putting Color of Friendship below Zombies. Like, I refuse to do that. We're like, okay.
So let us know what you think is a better metaphor / showing demonstration teaching
There you go.
of racism for children across the globe.
Yeah. Hard-hitting DCOM about apartheid South Africa or zombies.
They have green hair.
This gonna be my year. Welcome, everybody, to the DCOM Duo podcast.
I'm Benji.
I'm Kelsey.
And we're the DCOM Duo.
Podcast.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
Yeah. We did Color of Friendship this one.
We did Color of Friendship.
Yeah. That's the movie that we're covering this time. We cover every Disney Channel original movie, but this time, god damn it, this time we're covering The Color of Friendship. It's time.
It's time to get serious.
Yeah. It's not the only serious DCOM. In fact, we've already covered other serious DCOMs, the ones I would call like serious, but this is by far the most serious, I would say.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
And it's an interesting one. It's also based on a true story, something that's not that true for many, especially non-sports DCOMs. There's a lot of interesting stuff about this movie, so excited to talk about it. This is, again, kind of weird for everything within there.
True.
But weird in a way that it's much more feels like an actual movie that doesn't really fit into the DCOM vibe, but we got to rank it with one because it's 100% a DCOM.
The way it handles very serious subject matter, it doesn't feel like a DCOM.
I believe
it feels better than a DCOM.
I was thinking about this last night. I believe this is the only DCOM to swear. Prom Pact had swears, but I think that was only in the Disney Plus cut.
Yeah, I think
not the Disney Channel cut.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of insane.
Yeah.
And that's like just a small part of it.
Yeah.
They're talking about serious topics. There's suicide in this movie / police brutality.
Yes.
There is direct, not microaggressions, direct aggressions.
Aggressions.
Yeah. They're not really shying it away for a children's eye.
Right.
And that's like really commendable in that Disney felt good enough at some point of its history to make this film and promote it to kids.
Yeah.
So just at a like immediate standstill, I want to applaud that.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. We'll get to talk about everything within here, but
yes, before we get too much deeper into the movie, housekeeping stuff. Do we have any fan mail?
Yeah. Well, first off, we had a minisode come out last week.
If you missed it last week, we talked about the Descendants Zombies World Collide tour. So check that out if you're interested on our thoughts about the show, because we did attend the Minneapolis show.
And then second of all, we do have a YouTube comment left in like an hour before we started recording this. So happy I caught it. It was on our Life is Rough YouTube short saying, I just watched this video for this movie I reviewed for the very first time, and it was incredible. So thank you, Amanda Ramos, for that comment. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Beyond that, if you have anything you want to say, you can email us at thedcomduo@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can do a YouTube comment or
TikTok comment, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we like to chat.
We like to
We're
chat.
yappers. You see how long our podcasts are.
Yeah. Alright. We ready to get into the factos?
Yeah.
I
I think it's time for the factos. We switched up our usual roles this
Yeah,
time.
we did a switcheroo. I'm doing the factos this week. Benji's doing the notes. So that being said, let's get into the DCOM duo factos. Color of Friendship was released February 5th, 2000. Happy birthday to my dad. It was the 14th DCOM, which
Yeah.
is actually crazy to me that it was that early
But
in
at
the
the same
lineup.
time, if there were already 30 DCOMs, this doesn't get made.
That's
Not as a
fine.
DCOM, maybe some other,
Yeah.
like it could be some other made for TV movie,
Mhm.
but Disney Channel was still figuring out what DCOMs could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, this again feels very against their catalog, but in a way that I want to judge it on its own merits, not on what it feels like to be a DCOM. We're not
Yeah.
saying what's the most representative.
Yeah.
I like to imagine society has progressed over time, but if you put this movie 25 years later and released it this year, I feel like it would be controversial as hell. And at least in all the research I've done, which isn't a ton, I didn't hear a ton of controversy about this movie. I'm sure there was some.
I couldn't find anything crazy. I feel like nowadays people don't really know that much about this movie unless you're like kind of into DComs. Although I think
Hmm.
Alex, who's been on the podcast, she's a teacher. I think she mentioned me once that she like showed this movie to students, which makes a lot of sense that like this is a movie that would be shown in the classroom.
Yeah.
But besides that, I don't think it's like a super well known movie. But what I've heard about people who like talk about decoms is that they're like, "Oh yeah, this one's really good," which is true.
Yeah.
It is really good. So at least there's that, you know.
Yeah. So I'm happy this film got made because
Yeah.
it felt like right time, right moment in terms of decom history. It's very possible for this movie to have been shut down if you change stuff around a little bit.
Yeah. The director is Kevin Hooks. He's a decent amount of directing credits since the 80s. One thing I noted that I thought was interesting was a TV movie called Roots the Gift, which is based on that book that they mentioned in
It's
The
based
Color
on
Friendship.
Roots, which yeah,
Yeah.
very famous book.
Yeah. Isn't
Yeah,
that cool?
interesting that yeah, he made a TV movie out of the thing that was like a plot point.
Yeah, it was cool. Um, More recently, he's done like some episodes of TV shows such as 24, Bones, Agents of Shield, This Is Us, etc.
Yeah, seems like he was more of a TV show director than a
Yeah,
movie
at least
director.
as of lately, he
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
and those are big shows.
yeah. Those are the ones I pointed out. Obviously, he has more than that. But yeah, our cast, our main character, I think I count as a main character. Piper Dellums. She is
Mhm.
played by Shadia Simmons.
Yeah, I want to quickly say this on the cast. This might be the best acting in DComs
Oh my
in
gosh,
a way.
yeah.
I feel like all four people really do well in their roles.
The main four, yeah.
Yeah, there's really only four
Yeah,
characters. There are more, but like
yeah.
there's four clear mains.
Yes. Yes, so Shadi Simmons, we've talked about her twice before because she is in Quince and Xenon the sequel.
She got a good movie for once,
She replaced Raven in the second Xenon, which is weird.
and then got replaced back.
Yeah. So I just copied your notes from before. She has notable TV roles with Life with Derek, Strange Dads at
That's supposed to be Strange Days.
Oh, Strange Days. Strange Days at Blake Halsey High and Ace Lightning. And she has no acting credits since 2009. And now she's a high school teacher.
Fair enough.
You go, as if you didn't write those exact notes.
It's out of mind, out of sight, out of mind for
Yeah.
me.
Next, we have Mari Bach, played by Lindsay Hahn. She was born in LA.
I mean,
What the heck?
I did feel like she was putting on an accent. I don't know the South African accent well enough to like
I don't know too
really
much.
critique it too much, but it didn't feel 100% genuine.
It didn't feel like weird though. Like
No,
as a person
I think it was an adequate job.
yeah, as a person who doesn't, know the accent super well, I think she did a fine job with that. Um, so she's just in like one-off episodes here and there. But more notably, for multiple episodes, she did 7 episodes of True Blood. So I thought that was interesting, but, like, nothing crazy of note.
Yeah. Kind of well, again, I thought everyone in this film did well, so I was hoping she would have had, like, a bigger chance somewhere, but
Yeah, not really.
sometimes,
Next, Congressman Ron Dellums was played by Carl Lumbly. I thought, fun fact, he was born in Minneapolis to Jamaican immigrants, and he graduated from Macalester College.
yeah, that's, like, right around us.
Yeah, so I thought that was fun. He's been acting since the 80s. He was on a show in the 90s called Mantis. I don't know what that is, but seemed big. He's done some voice acting, especially for like DC shows, like
Mhm.
animated shows. I noted he was in 2 episodes of This Is Us as Best Dad. I thought that was fun. Um, and more recently, he was in Captain America: Brave New World as Isaiah Bradley, and he was also in some of the episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier as
That
the
just
same
came out this
character.
year, so,
Yeah,
like, yeah, he's still very active. Like,
pretty cool. Finally, for our main 4, we have Roscoe Dellums, played by Penny Johnson. Her biggest role is definitely 24. She played Sherry Palmer in that, which was 45 episodes. Like,
one of the main roles.
yes.
Yeah.
So definitely her biggest role there. I saw that she played Nala's mom in The Lion King, like the original
Huh.
animated movie. So I thought that was
That's a
cool.
huge movie.
Yeah. And then more recently, she was in the Star Trek show called The Orville.
I might be wrong on this, but I thought the Orville was a standalone thing. I didn't think it was related to Star Trek.
No, I thought it's a Star Trek
Oh,
thing. I thought,
my I thought like Seth MacFarlane had this show. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one
yeah,
than the
pretty
Orville.
sure it's a Star Trek thing.
Okay.
Ended in 2022.
Yeah. I heard good stuff about the Orville specifically. I remember a lot.
Yeah. Finally, the last one I did add on is the actress for Flora.
It's probably the 5th biggest role
Yes.
anyways.
Melanie Nichols King, and I added her because she's in Jet Jackson the movie. So,
So in
DCOM
another
related.
DCOM.
Yes, and she plays Jules Jackson, which apparently is only in 3
Is
episodes
that
of
the
the show. I
mom?
don't know. She's only in 3 episodes of the show.
I'm
So,
guessing that's the mom.
oh, shame. Yeah.
We don't know Jet Jackson well at all.
No.
The fact that the movie is say has a lot of random people in it, including the director being Sean Levy, is really funny to me.
Yeah.
Especially because Disney has buried the movie. It's not on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I don't think the show is either.
Yeah. It's called, like, Jet Jackson Famous
Yeah,
Boy or
famous Jack Jackson.
yeah, there you go, like, the famous boy.
Jet Jackson, the famous boy.
Otherwise, for Melanie Nichols King, she's done, like, a ton of small stuff, but nothing, like, super notable, and she's still acting to this day.
Gotcha.
Also noted, but less important, Mauri's dad was in the Kissing Booth movies.
Very different role, just fundamentally.
I
I don't know
know.
what he is in there. Even if
Yeah.
he's a policeman. Policeman in South Africa apartheid versus Hissing Booth.
And, the Dr. Daniel, who's the, Nigerian
Mhm.
student, he's in Gotta Kick It Up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do not remember him at all and gotta kick it.
Nope. But I thought I would worth noted. Not his actor's name, but that happened. Okay, on to fun facts. So, awards from this movie, kind of awards and nominations. Emmy for Outstanding Children's Program. It won the Humanitas Prize. It won the NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Comedy Series. That's special. That's weird.
Comedy's
Yeah,
weird.
comedy's
It
weird.
winning an NAACP award makes sense, but comedy,
Yeah,
not really a comedy.
It won the WGA Award for Children's Script category. And then for the Young Artist Awards, it won Best Performance in a TV Movie for Leading Young Actress. That went to Shadia Simmons over Lindsay Hahn. Like, she beat Lindsay Hahn for it.
Again, I think both of them do good. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna compete against her. That's quite arguably like the most
Awarded.
awarded
Yeah,
DCOM.
I think so.
Because DCOMs don't win that many awards. I know like High School Musical won a couple things.
Mhm.
A lot of them will win like one award of something. But all these different ones, winning just a full on Emmy and NAACP Image Award and Humanitas Prize, like
Yeah,
it's kind of
it's
crazy.
crazy.
And a Writers Guild, like yeah.
Yeah. Okay. On to the based on the true story stuff. So this movie is based on a true story. Like all the characters are based off of real people. So the plot of The Color of Friendship is based on the real Piper Dellum's book called Simunye, if I'm saying that correctly. Um, Real life Piper Dellums is also an activist speaker. So in the book, Mari Bach's name in real life was Carrie.
Hmm.
And from an interview with Piper Dellums, she said, in real life, Carrie helped form the first anti apartheid student underground movement when she returned to South Africa, but was soon arrested for her organizing. She wrote letters asking for Representative Dellum's help, but then communication from Carrie ceased. After attempts to reach her through official channels failed, Dellums and her family assumed that Carrie was killed as a result of her activism.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a deep subject,
it
you
is.
know,
Yeah.
and everything within there. I remember we talked about this like a year ago at this point or something, but there was that one YouTube video we watched of someone else ranking and watching all the decoms, and he mentioned this fact that the person who Marie Bloch is based off of died because of the activism that she did.
Yeah.
And it's like something you have to kind of grapple with the fact that this is still the right lesson to be teaching the side of self-preservation versus the side of like standing up for what's right and
Yeah.
everything. There's a lot of interesting thoughts to go within all of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, Ron Dellum, the congressman, he was a real person. I won't get into all the things in his career, but from what I gathered, like all of the activism for the anti-apartheid stuff was true. Um, I learned that he divorced Roscoe in 1998,
Which again, interesting. The movie came out
like 2 years
like
later.
2 years later.
Yeah. And he died in 2018. Finally, they for the true story stuff, they mentioned Steve Biko, who was a big activist for the anti-apartheid movement. He's a South African. Um, I'm not going to get into all the stuff he did again. Like, I'm more concerned with the movie because that's what this podcast is about. But from what I gathered in the Wikipedia article, like the movie portrayed the events of his arrest and his death accurately. Like
Gotcha.
nothing I was reading seemed to contradict what they said in the movie.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So okay, moving on. The real Eric Dellums is who's the son of Ron Dellums. He appears in The Color of Friendship as a cameo. So that's cool. I also learned he's just is an actor. Um, and the most notable role I saw was Ko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know the spirit that like steals faces? That was Eric Dellums.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't that
Weird
crazy?
random connection.
Like what the heck? Finally, this is like the only controversy thing I saw a little bit on the Disney Wiki. The movie was met with overwhelming praise and was played on Disney Channel series several times throughout 2000 and 2001, but after this, the channel stopped airing the movie for unknown reasons. However, beginning in 2006, Disney Channel began airing the movie annually in early February to correlate with Black History Month, and that's when the movie was released too, was February.
Makes sense.
So maybe there was something going on when it went dark, but also I feel like they just don't show their movies all the
Sometimes they
time.
just don't show stuff.
Yeah.
It could be innocent if we didn't find anything else
Yeah.
stating so.
Yeah.
So
So
I don't want to make any assumptions.
yeah, I didn't find anything controversial besides that maybe a release.
Mhm.
So I think it just was met with a lot of praise. Actually,
Which good. This movie deserves
it
praise.
deserves it. You ready for the Disney Plus subscription?
Give me that DPD.
Two girls from opposite sides of the world come together and change each other's lives. Mari lives in apartheid South Africa with her wealthy family. Piper Dellums is the daughter of a U.S. congressman in Washington, D.C. When Mari is chosen to spend a semester at the Dellums house, she and Piper realize they weren't what each other expected. Each girl has to face the assumptions she has made and learn the true color of friendship.
This is a very DCOM description for a very non-DCOM movie.
Yeah. They really hit home the color of friendship theme, even though it's never even mentioned
It's
in the
not mentioned.
movie.
It's a fine title for the movie.
Fine title, I
Like,
know.
I don't have any issues with that. I have an issue with trying to ham-fist it into the Disney Plus description because, like, it's so. It just makes it feel cheesy, and this movie never feels cheesy.
Yeah.
So, don't get the tone wrong.
Yeah.
All right, with that, are you ready to jump into the movie?
I didn't think
Oh yeah, this is how I feel every single time after I get done talking through all the factors. I'm like, I was supposed to think of a movie to say. You jump in. Why do I have to be the one? I was just talking all the time.
Um, hold on.
You got this, babe.
Say it again.
Are you ready to jump into the movie?
I'm ready to princess protection program into the movie.
Yes, because this movie is about princess protecting.
Yeah.
A little bit. There's a lot of protection for father figures in this movie.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Alright.
Coincidence? I think yes.
I think yes.
All right. So this movie starts with a cut of the Washington Monument because we're in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, we are.
Says Disney Channel original movie. Don't forget that soon. It's 1977.
Yes,
There's
it's
not that
Kelsey.
many period pieces really in
No.
DCOMs, even like based on true story stuff. They
Mhm.
usually kind of like hide the age.
Yeah, they make it
I'm
more
thinking like Double
timeless.
Team.
Yeah, where it didn't matter what time it was,
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
This is one where it very much does matter.
It does. And they do make it a period piece with like the clothing and
Yes,
stuff. Yeah.
and yeah, it's not like half baked. Which again, I don't really care with the other movies doing it, but this movie would have felt weird if they didn't actually date it
Yeah.
correctly.
It's funny on like the IMDb like fun facts, the first one is like this movie was set in 1977. I'm like, yeah, no shit. It says it in the opening screen.
100 likes on IMDb. Yeah, we just get a bunch of Washington D.C. landmarks and some
Mhm.
soul music, funky
Hell
music.
yeah, we're in the 70s,
Yeah,
baby.
there's a lot of groove with music and everything.
Yeah.
And Piper's just getting excited for her dad to come home. She's doing some tribal makeup,
Yeah.
just African tribal makeup generically.
Uh-huh.
All the kids. It's Piper. She has two little brothers. Her mom, who's also Roscoe.
Mhm.
Her dad, who's also Ron, and everything. And that's like the main family
Yeah.
within it all.
Yeah, he's on his way home and all the kids are like scrambling to put together this little like traditional African tribe decor
Yeah.
setup. I don't know. They put on like the
And they
drums
see the
and
dads coming home, and then they
yeah.
all are acting so nice and like, oh, you hear this African like drum music that
Mhm.
we're playing and everything. That's so great. And the dad's like, okay, what's up?
Yeah. What's
It's
on your face? Wash your face.
she's like, can we get an exchange student from Africa?
And he's like, "No.
And she's like, please. And he's like, no.
No."
And she's like, please. He's like, no. And that's basically how it goes for
Yeah.
a bit. She really wants a black African student to come and visit. First off, do you really get to pick your continent in a
I mean, I'm guessing
thing?
that this program is specifically like someone from Africa is
Perhaps,
gonna
yeah.
come. Yeah. Like, I mean, my school did a German exchange program, so that was a specific country,
Yeah. No, I wouldn't a specific country would make more sense to me than like
a whole
a whole
continent.
continent. But like a lot of this movie buys on the assumption that like, oh, it makes sense that she knows she would get a girl from Africa, but nothing more than that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Uh but basically that's how this goes, and the dad just keeps saying no. He's a congressman, and he's like, I we don't have time, the reason to go do and get a foreign exchange student. But that night the mom and dad are in bed and the dad's like thinking it over. Piper's playing some more drum music, and he was like, wow, she's really, really wants this.
Mhm.
And basically gets talked into doing it.
Yeah.
The mom talks him in and it's like, okay. And Piper runs in and is so excited.
Yeah, she was listening in. "Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
get one. We're gonna student."
yeah. And it's like, I'm so excited to meet her. And the dad's like, you don't even know it's a her.
Haha. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Transition to meet the girl.
Yeah. Now we're getting a cut to Dundee, South Africa.
Mhm.
Yeah. And notably, it cuts like the first thing we see in Dundee of South Africa is this black boy
Yeah.
who's being a servant within the restaurant,
He's like a busboy
busboy
waiter.
waiter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And It's this white family. Ari's the main girl within this. It's the main girl who's gonna get transitioned later. What crazy.
Yeah.
That's how movies work. You
Yeah.
get introduced in the exposition to your main characters. Um, and she's just arguing with her little brother, Rien, I think is his name.
Yeah.
And her mother is talking about how she wants to be an exchange student. But they don't know if
Yes.
the dad and mom are gonna allow it.
Yeah, she wants to go to America.
Mhm. But the dad comes in to the restaurant and like sits down with them. He's a policeman. He's like, "Hey, we finally got him, Stephen Biko. We
Whoa.
caught him. He's in jail. We did it. Let's go."
Whoa, who's that?
Yo, he's a black troublemaker.
Oh. Well,
Just
thank
the
God.
mom does a really like weird thing that I feel like is a little off-putting within here because I don't know if it's too on the nose or not. But she's like, "Oh, he's a black troublemaker, just like you," talking
Just
to the
just
little
like you,
brother.
you're a troublemaker. Haha. It's like that's not the same thing. Also, you're racist.
Yeah, but the point is that they're
Yeah,
racist.
that's the whole point.
That's like the point of the movie
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah. So they're like, "Oh, thank God. We got him."
Yeah, and that's very excited. Like, oh, there's gonna be peace and everything.
Yeah.
The troublemakers talking up, and Mari's like trying to be on her best behavior and everything, and then her little brother is just like, "Hey, Mari wants to go on this exchange student, but she program, but she's not bringing it up because she's worried you'll say no."
Yeah,
But
she wants mom to bring it up.
just truth bombs it,
Yeah.
and the dad's initially pretty like against it, but
Yeah, Mari's like, "You get extra credit. Like, I want to go to
and the mom
America."
does be like, she hasn't been out of South Africa. It might be good for her to see the world, good to
Mhm.
broaden horizons, et cetera, and ultimately gets talked into it.
Yeah, the dad's like, "All right, but you're probably gonna be want to come back."
You're gonna want to come back in 1 week, I guarantee it. Haha. They stress that a little bit more later,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah. And she said she's allowed to go. And then that black boy that we cut on to the beginning, he spills his dishes that he was carrying, like trips and falls,
Yeah, and it's so
and
messy.
it
Like,
falls all over an elderly white guy who
yeah,
basically abuses him.
he kicks him.
Yeah,
He's like, "Ah, fuck you." That's not what he says,
that
but
doesn't
basically
say it,
that's
but
he calls him like a slur, I think.
yeah,
Yeah. He's like, I hate you," and he like some over. It's like the most violent a DCOM would ever get.
yeah.
It's obviously not
I
gory or
assume this. I
anything.
assume this movie's PG. I don't
I
actually know.
assume so too, because he like, yeah, he kind of lightly kicks him over. Um, and if it was, not rated PG, would have like probably really hurt him. But instead, it was more of a humiliation thing, just because it's a DCOM.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
but it's clearly all like a huge overstep to anything from an American eye.
yes,
Yeah, and that's the point. This is not whitewashing anything that it can avoid whitewashing.
yeah,
Whitewashing is probably the wrong term to use here, but
hmm
yeah. So Mari just is talking about how excited she is to go to America and be a transfer student. She talks to her black housekeeper, Flora,
yep,
who she likes talking to, and she's talking about how excited she is to see America, to see all the sights and do everything within there. And Flora's like, "It's good for you to go to America. You know, they think differently there."
yeah.
And Mari's like, "I'm going to America to have fun, Flora."
I'm not going there to thank Flora, you stupid bitch.
She doesn't
She's
say
like,
that.
no.
And honestly, I don't think she would.
It's just like her attitude towards her is like, silly Flora, you don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
you big dummy. And Mari walks away, and Flora just smiles because I think she's excited for her to see the world,
Yeah,
see a life outside South Africa.
yeah,
Yeah. Back in DC, we see Piper and a bunch of friends slash random people in the neighborhood talking about the exchange student that's coming. They're
yes,
excited to see who it is. And they're like, well, we know she's from South Africa.
yeah,
And this one friend of theirs, Daniel, he's Nigerian,
yes.
actually starts to explain about apartheid a little bit.
Yeah, we paused it. We're like, do they not realize that it's possible that she's gonna be white? Like, do they not know about apartheid? But then Daniel fully goes into an explanation about apartheid. Like, oh yeah, there's some tribes in South Africa, but like they're being all of the black people are being suppressed, like
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. And like even Piper chimes in about it too. Like she knows about it, but they're still asking him for
Yeah.
knowledge about
Yeah.
Africa.
Considering that Piper's dad is working directly as like an anti-apartheid
Yeah, she should know
portion
about it.
of Congress. It would make sense. It is one thing where it feels a bit like a plot hole to be like not expecting a girl from South Africa to have a decently high chance
I
of
think
being from there just for privilege reasons.
I think
But they
that's
give
not
a
really what
decent enough explanation.
yeah, that wasn't really, I guess, what she was asking about. She wanted to know about the black people and like their traditions and stuff,
Yeah.
even though he's from Nigeria and he's like, that's on the other side of the continent. I don't
I
know.
I do respect this movie. There's a lot of things I respect this movie from. There's such a thing whenever Africa is getting talked of, and it's especially in this movie, but in the right way here. Whenever like Piper's talking about Africa for a lot of this movie, she is generalizing the whole like continent as
Yeah.
one thing.
Hmm.
And Daniel's like, I'm from Nigeria. That's a really, really different from South Africa.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
true. It's something media has where we'll talk about Africa, but you don't talk beyond Africa as a whole. You don't go into specific countries and everything.
And Africa is so big.
It's diverse, it's big, it's got a lot going on, and two countries that are any distance apart from each other are different.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of reasons for all that, and it's good to see like that is an explicit bias that they are exploring and like noting as it was wrong for you to assume
Yeah.
you knew what this person was going to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's excited to see her South African exchange student when she comes.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of them even think of the possibility that, oh, she could be like from the ruling class of
Yeah.
apartheid South Africa. Uh, so we get cut back to South Africa, and Marie talks about, oh, she's going to go stay with a congressman. She got assigned a host family,
Hmm.
and that's big. His name is De Looms.
De-looms.
Yeah.
Flora's like, do you mean Dellums?
She's
And
like,
no,
no,
no, it's de-looms, duh, Flora, you idiot.
that is not how you pronounce that. I don't know if that's how you would pronounce it in South African English, but
Maybe.
whatever.
Yeah. And so Flora's like, huh.
Laura
She's
clearly
putting it
knows
together.
something.
Yeah, she's putting it together and she's like, did you send them a picture of yourself? And Mari goes, silly Flora. You know I hate all the pictures of myself.
And the application didn't need one, so of course not.
Yeah, silly Flora.
This is crazy. Like, this is where I have to remember 1977 was a long time ago,
Way
50
less
years ago, way
pictures.
less pictures, no cell phones, no internet, no a bunch of things. We barely had like interconnectivity across the globe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting with it all that.
Hmm.
Her brother Rian comes in with a bird that he caught in a cage, and it's a pretty little bird. It's a weaver bird, and Flora's like, "Oh my god, I had weaver birds back in my village. Let me tell y'all a tale. This is the weaver bird. They were all over my village. They have such mixture of colors within them, but they build nests very interestingly. They build like a village nest. It's a big communal nest. Different birds are living within it and all working together in harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite the different colors.
Yeah. Like, is it an obvious metaphor? Yes.
Yes.
Does it really matter?
No.
Like, that's fine. And she's like, man, all these birds used to be free as she's talking to a bird in a cage. It's like, I wonder why humans can't be more like them. Mari hits it with a banger of, that's because humans aren't birds.
That's stupid Flora. You say the darndest things sometimes,
The
Flora.
things you say sometimes.
Things you say sometimes. Like, silly Flora. Humans aren't birds.
Yeah. Rian's just basically took that, oh, the birds eat seeds. That's right.
Oh yeah. Okay,
And
them
that's where they go with
seeds.
it. So then it like cuts to another scene, which is just Mari like being ready to leave for the airport actually.
Oh.
Flora packed her bag and everything, and she's like, all right, I need a coat. Because like winter is at a different time and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yada yada. Basically everything you can expect. Rian finds a South African freedom flag
Mm-hmm.
and it's like on the ground or something. And he's like, what is this? And picks it up. And Mari's like, don't give me that. Don't let father see you with that. Your father will punish you for the
Yeah.
flag
That's
of the
the
troublemakers.
that's the enemy flag.
Yeah, and Flora grabs the flag from her.
She hides it, and like the parents come up. It's like, oh, close one. What was that? Nothing.
Yeah. So the dad and mom, as you say, come up and they say goodbye to her, and they're like, "You're not gonna last a week. You're
Ha
gonna
ha
be
ha.
homesick, crying, want to come home,
Ha.
and we'll let you because we're gonna miss you too."
And Mari's like, no, just watch. I'm gonna stay the whole time.
Yeah. And as Flora leaves them, Mari's like, "I'll write to you," and Flora's like, "Hey, pay attention when you're there. Pay attention."
Pay attention to how things are.
Mari leaves. Flora looks at the flag while still kind of in eyesight of the
I
dad,
know they like
which is
haven't
very risky, but
they haven't really left the driveway yet. I'm like, girl, do that somewhere else.
yeah. I mean, if he called it out, we could literally just be like, the boy found it and handed it to me, and everyone would correspond, I guess. But
I don't know. They might
still,
punish her anyway.
they might punish her anyway. Yeah, I don't want to assume anything positive.
Yeah.
Aw. And she brings it inside and she looks into like some of her belongings and she pulls out a newspaper cutout talking about Congressman Ron
So she
Dellums
definitely knew about him.
and talking about how he's leading anti-apartheid efforts in America,
Yeah.
working through stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, she knows what's going on.
She knows that's where Mari's going.
Back in DC, we get a cut of the dad, Ron Dellums. Whenever I say the dad, I mean Ron.
Yeah.
The other dad is not in the film enough to
No,
get the
he's in
destination
the
of
film
dad.
like one more time.
Yeah, which is fine. Like again, this is where the story is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but Ron's given this whole impassioned speech against apartheid, but there's like two reporters there, and then some sirens go off, and they go, "Hey, we gotta run. Great speech, but like we gotta go."
Mm,
And he's like, "Yeah, sometimes people aren't there to listen to everything that you're
yeah.
trying to say."
He says, at least I can say I had to yell to get my voice heard because of the siren.
Yeah. And the mom and Piper were there, and then they leave and like, okay, we're gonna pick up our exchange student. How exciting from the airport.
Yeah.
And Dad's like, cool, I'll get back to work.
Yeah, and they're gonna go meet him like at his office
Yeah.
later with her.
So they get to the planes, and this is pre 9/11. I have to say that because otherwise this doesn't work. They're waiting right at the gate where people come out of the planes because people used to do that.
It's crazy you used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No tickets, no nothing because it's just free pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, well, we don't know what Mari looks like, so we just got to get excited to welcome her in. And this one girl wearing some like tribal clothes walks out.
And they're like, oh, it's definitely her.
It's definitely her. And they're like, Mari, come here, come here. And she just walks by them and hugs someone else.
And they're like,
They're
oh,
like, oh.
guess not.
And then Mari actually walks out and they completely ignore her.
They completely walk by each other, not realizing who each other are.
And then they're like, wait, there's no one else on the plane? Uh, hmm. Let's go up to the front desk. And
Yeah.
they said, can you confirm there was a Mari Bach on this plane? And then Mari, who's just still standing by the desk, because she knew she was getting picked up
Yeah,
by
she's
the
like
family.
looking around. She's
She's
like,
like,
oh,
I'm Mari Bach.
that's me.
And then they all lock eyes. And this, for good reason, just stands out as a scene
Yeah.
of,
And Roscoe's like, oh no.
yeah, Roscoe's
That
just like,
can't be her.
oh no.
Oh no. How many Mari
How the
Bachs
Bachs
could
there
there
be
be?
on one plane? And Piper's like, but she's white.
So yeah, she's white. And then the mom
goes up to shake her hand,
Yeah.
and Mari guns the handshake.
She she does not
She's like,
reciprocate.
where's the congressman?
Like, oh, he's at work. We'll get him on the way back.
Oh, okay. Go and grab my bags.
Yeah, and Piper's stunned. So like what Mari's thinking right now is like, oh, these are the servants.
Yeah, the servants came to pick me up.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. So they drive over to the DC office, and Mari just starts taking in some of the sights of everything within there.
hmm
And the mom runs into the office like, hey, husband, we like need to talk right now. And he's like, I got some stuff with work I need to finish up. And she's like, we got the student. And he's like, don't ever wait, have her come right on in.
Yeah, and they walk in, and all the workers and congressmen,
Every person in this room is black.
they're all black. And so Mari walks in and she sees that they're all black, and she's like, what? I thought I was gonna meet the congressman. And they're like, yeah, He's right here. This is Ron Elms. And then she like laughs.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is such a joke.
Yeah.
And then she just like within 5 seconds realizes it's not a joke.
It's not
It's reality. That's what's going on.
yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. So dread like slowly creeps up her face. And she's like very freaked out at a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So the mom and Piper walk out, and Mari just is walking behind them
Yeah,
separately.
they're having like a full conversation and she's like maybe 5 feet behind them, like not far.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever.
they don't want to interact right at this moment. And the mom's like, well, that's what we get for assuming that we got an exchange student. They would be black.
Yeah, she assumed that
They-
the congressman would be white. We assumed that the African would be black. Like, that's what we get for assuming.
yeah. And they drive on home.
Yeah.
At home, waiting for them is the brothers
Oh,
and like some
no.
friends, all decked out in African garb,
Yeah, with the drums playing and everything.
and they're all ready for the new student.
Yikes.
Think
And
about
yeah, and they walk in and they see that she's white. And the little white boy that's with them's like, she's white?
yeah. Well, what as they're driving up, Mari says, "You live here?" About like the house because it's a nice house.
It's a
He's a
nice
congressman,
neighborhood, yeah.
and it's a nice spot.
Yeah.
So she is confused by that already, and yeah, they're all confused. And they're like, "Wait, where's the real exchange student?"
Yeah, and they're like, "That's her," and the mom goes to turn off the record, and it literally record
It does a
scratches.
literal record scratch. That's her, and I'm like, "Is that use of the trailer?"
This is so funny because it's actually a record.
One of them said, I think one of the brothers said, "I thought we ordered a real African," which is kind of unhinged.
It's great. The brothers are unhinged the whole movie.
The brothers are wild characters in this because it's a purely, basically serious movie
Yeah.
based on real life. And there are two characters, the brothers, who only say jokes.
Yeah, the whole movie.
They're purely comic relief.
I guess this was a comedy movie, am I right?
Yeah. Mari runs up the stairs after
Yeah.
being shocked for a little bit, and she goes and locks herself in Piper's room.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, sorry, didn't mean to startle you." And she just isn't saying anything to them.
Yeah.
She's just like having a panic attack on Piper's bed.
Yeah. And she does not come out.
She does not come out.
Ew.
No. At dinner, they're like, how long is she gonna stay up there? She's gotta be hungry. And the mom's just
Yeah.
trying to keep everyone calm about the whole situation. And then the dad comes home and he's like pissed
He's
off.
like, "A white South," he's more in disbelief. He's like, "A white South African? Are you kidding?" Right as the mom was trying to tell the children to be responsible about this, the dad's like, "What the heck?"
Yeah. And from his perspective, he's again leading charges against apartheid.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Again, who was the mischievous little fellow at the Foreign Exchange Student Society to set this one up?
Just an idiot who didn't know who anybody was.
Or was it a master plan?
It's like, whoa, let's get the white girl over there.
Because I feel like you have to do some research in trying to match person to person,
Right?
right?
I don't know. They were given bios about each other. Like, didn't the person who coordinated it also have bios of each other?
Presumably.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's that night. Mari didn't come out at all, but like near midnight, Mari does come out of the room, sneaks downstairs to the kitchen, and makes a phone call.
Yeah, back
Yeah.
home.
She calls South Africa, and it's the middle of the day there because time zones and everything.
Mm.
And the family's so excited to hear from her, but the dad's like, "Oh my God, you're calling to come home. Look, the next plane out is in 2 days. You're gonna have to wait until then, but you'll be able to do it."
Yeah.
And Mari, hearing to herself, just like her dad not believing she could last out there, gets up the courage to be like, "I'm having the time of my life and I'm staying."
Yeah, I actually love it here. Haha. It's great.
Just wanted to let you know that.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. And she's clearly not comfortable, but she wants to fight it a little bit longer.
Well, yeah, she doesn't want to prove him right.
Yeah. Then we get a scene of the parents discussing over the situation. And that's like, look, I've been fighting bigotry my whole life here.
Oh, you meant the Dellums.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Dellums, yeah. I've been fighting bigotry my whole life here and overseas. And like we can't let this happen. We have to she has to find someone else to stay with or go back to South Africa.
Yeah, having a racist white girl in the house goes against everything I stand for.
And she obviously doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
The mom's like, look, I'll see what she wants. She's just a child. She's scared and see if she's willing to stay. And the dad's like, not really into the idea at all.
Yeah, he doesn't want her to stay at all, but the mom's like, "We gotta show some grace." She's like, "What are we like, who are we if we turn her away?" Like, that's not right either.
Yeah. Which is definitely a bit of a false equivalency, but it's also the moral of this story is not racism bad in quotes.
Mhm.
It's like to understand where your assumptions and biases come from,
Yeah.
and B, to understand that like people are led by what society has been telling them, and it's good to get yourself informed and out there and understand how different cultures interact to become the best version of yourself,
Mhm.
which are way better morals than you would expect from like a movie like this, because it's much more important to teach that to kids to me than saying just racism bad,
Yeah.
because it's really easy to say racism bad and know why,
Yeah, no, it goes a
but it's
little
harder
deeper
to
than that.
get it to practice. And I think this does a better job explaining all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate the duology of like moral lessons are led here, even if they are not. I'm not saying like, oh, both people had to learn.
Right.
One person had to learn a lot more, but there is lessons to be learned.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing I think this movie does well.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie, I was also mentioning this when we were watching it. I don't know why I'm mentioning this now, but I am. It's just oftentimes with some of our worst decoms, we're like, there's a good movie somewhere in here. If they would have made like a couple of changes,
Yeah.
there's something that they could have done.
Yeah.
This is a movie I think as good as it could have
No, yeah,
realistically
this is a
been.
movie where they did do the things
They
that
did
made it
do
a
the
good
things
movie.
they picked the right morals to actually be leaning on. They
Yeah.
picked like good actors who were actually be able to do the role with a lot of sincerity and realism. They were letting the movie be raw in moments that it being raw is way more powerful.
Yeah, this is a movie that does feel like it was made for education purposes, like,
Yeah.
and it does it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. It's the next day, and Mari still has not come out of the room. All the kids are like playing dominoes and wondering how long she's going to last.
Yeah.
And the mom says, "Hey, Piper, go upstairs, bring her some food. She's probably
I got
starving."
her a burger and a milkshake.
And Piper's annoyed about it. She's like, "Why don't I just let her starve? If she wants food, she can come out and get it."
Yeah.
Mari in Piper's room, like, is looking around the room and notices a note that Piper left for her future exchange student. All excited to be like, "I'm so excited to meet you." Be like, "Cicely Bond." I didn't read exactly what it says.
It has, like, an African woman or, like, kinda mirrored design on the front, and then it just says, like, "Hi," like, "Excited for you to be here." Like, yeah, it there wasn't a lot written on the note.
So Piper comes into the room and she's like knocking outside. It's like, "Hey, I got some food for you." Mari's still not saying anything.
Mhm.
Piper breaks into her own room. She's
Yeah.
like, "I've locked myself in this room or out of this room enough times to know how to break into it. Here's your fries and a chocolate shake. Or you drink chocolate, don't you? Well, maybe you only like vanilla." Burn.
Burn. Yeah. No, her breaking back into her room was funny. She's like, "I've locked myself out." Like, I
Yeah.
know how to get in. She just uses a little hairpin and unlocks it, but yeah.
And as Piper's setting down the food, she sees the old note that she wrote to her exchange students, just kind of scoffs at it a bit. The
Yeah.
mom comes by and says, "Hey, Mari, call the agency. They're gonna try and relocate you."
Yeah. And
And
if you don't get relocated, they're just gonna send you home.
sorry about all of this. And Piper asks Mari, like, "Are all South Africans weird, or is it just you?"
Yeah. So at this point, which I didn't think the movie did a great job at explaining this, but at this point, Piper isn't really mad that she's white anymore. She's mad that she's locked herself in the room and isn't talking to them.
Yeah.
She's like, it'd be fine if she was just friendly and nice, but she's
She
not.
really wanted to get like a sisterly bond from
Yeah.
this experience. And this is the opposite of that right now.
Yeah.
She's locked out of her room, and this girl won't say anything.
Yeah.
So Mom calls the dad and it's like, hey, Mari's going to be gone soon. I talked to the agency. Everything's coming in there. And the
Yeah.
dad's like, good. That's what we need to be happening. And Piper comes into the room and just kind of starts ranting. She's like, I always wanted a sister. So excited for the experience. This is why dad hates all South Africans. And the mom's like, hey, he doesn't hate all South Africans. Like, he hates what the government's done to them. He hates the whole system within all that. And Mari kind of like is poking out, listening into all of this.
Yeah.
Mom's like, hey, we can try again next year. We got through over the biggest hump, which was your dad saying yes.
Yeah, and Piper's like, I don't know if I want to next year.
Yeah. And Mari comes down and she looks at the mom and Piper and is like, hey, I want to stay.
And Mom's like, of course you want to stay. Well, like, we'll try and find you a new host family. Mario's like, no, I want to stay here.
And like the two of them are like taken aback in a happy way.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is what we wanted. We wanted her to like open up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clearly not like everything fixed immediately, hunky dory, but it's like, oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Piper got over it really fast of like this little white girl. She's like, you know what, in the end it doesn't
Because
matter.
that's not what she was actually searching after.
Yeah. She's like, I just want to be friendly. I want to learn about where she's from. Like, I was just mad she was giving us a cold shoulder, but now it's fine. It's cool. We can open up.
Mhm. So then we get a scene of Piper and Mari just talking in Piper's room.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, it's still a little awkward, but they're definitely getting a much more friendly. Mari's like, okay, I'm going to stay, but only if you want me to. Like, I'm not going to infringe myself within there.
Mhm.
And Piper's like, we always wanted you to.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want. And then they both were like, hey, I had like a gift ready for you
Yeah,
and
and
everything.
it's bracelets actually. You wrote necklaces.
Oh,
They're
I think it's
little
because she's
bracelets.
wearing a necklace that
Oh,
looks
okay.
like what it is, but no, it's
Yeah, they
bracelets.
both give each other a little bracelet. It's really cute. They're like, "Oh, I guess this means we think alike."
Yeah.
And Piper's like, "It means we both don't have any money."
And Mari talks about how much she likes Piper's music collection, all the
Mhm.
vinyls and everything that she has.
Yeah.
And they talk about it. She's like, man, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Rand would flip if he saw this. And Piper's like, why? Like, it's just Casey and the Sunshine Band. And she's like, yeah, I didn't know that all the band members were Bantu.
That means black.
That means black.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll get a whole scene exploring all of that later on.
Yeah.
But it's something that whenever Bantu is said for the next like few scenes, Piper always kind of gives like
What?
uh disgruntled look a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's like, okay, well, I'm going to kick you out of the room, not because I don't want you to stay, but because I do want my room back.
Yeah.
So she packs up her bags, is like, all right, let's move you to the guest room.
Oh, this part's so awkward. The dad comes in, it's like, "Let me help you with
Yeah.
this
The
bag."
dad sees Mari with her bags already. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, Mari, this didn't work out. Let me get the bags for you. And starts
Yeah.
walking them down to the
And
car.
Piper's like, "What the heck, Dad? Where are you taking the bags?" He's like, "To the car?"
She's like, no, she's staying here.
"She's staying. Come on, Dad."
She's going to the guest room.
Nobody told Dad she was staying.
To be fair, no cell phones.
Yeah. I know, he was, like, just leaving work, and last thing he heard was that she was gonna leave.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
the dad is quite confused about all this. And one of the brothers pokes out and is like, she's staying. And goes talks to the other brother. And then they like just talk about the situation. And one of the brothers is like, you know what? Maybe the family was like, you can't come back.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
they
they're
just
just
wanna
like,
get rid
we
of her.
don't want to get rid of her. Maybe they've been waiting for years for an excuse to get rid of her. Like, we would send Piper away immediately if we could.
So
Again,
funny.
just so out of pocket for these brothers,
Yeah.
which is something different to have like these comic relief characters on a base for true life story.
Yeah.
Like, as you mentioned, one of these kids grew up to be an actor who has a cameo in this movie.
Is one of them Eric?
Probably. I didn't actually
Maybe.
know, but you said it was a son, so
It is the son of him, so,
I
yeah.
presumed.
He just has more than 3 kids.
Okay. Maybe it is a later son. Nope, Eric Dellums.
Yeah, oh, one of them is Eric. Confirmed. 'Cause I remember one of them was Brandy. Like, that's kind of a weird name.
Brandy and Eric are the brothers.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So one of them's just a little comedian. Oh, they both are, but Eric. Um, yeah, they're funny. They're kind of like the old Muppet guys.
Statler and
Yeah.
Waldorf.
We would get rid of Piper if we wanted to.
That night, the dad and mom are arguing about the whole situation. He's like, you said she was going to be gone. I wanted her gone. Why is she still here?
Yeah.
And mom's like, she said she wanted to stay. What am I supposed to say? And they're like, maybe let's look in her file. Let's see if there's anything that we can find here. And they find out her dad's a policeman.
And he goes, "Oh, fuck no."
Yeah, he doesn't say fuck, but if he was allowed to, he would have.
He's like, "You are kidding me." Policeman in apartheid South Africa. We have his daughter here. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And they're talking about the whole situation. The dad says one of the lines that to me is part of the thesis of a lot of this movie, which is apartheid is complicated, racism isn't,
Yeah.
and that's why she's got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the dad's like, we taught our kids not to be racist. We taught them better than that. And the mom's like, what would it teach them, though, to send her away after she asked to stay?
Yeah.
And right at that time, Piper comes down and is like, hey, do you have any towels for Mari? Like, she's looking for towels. And the
Yeah,
dad's like, how did I lose this argument?
Yeah, he's like, "How did we start talking about me?" After all of that.
Yeah. That next morning, it's breakfast time, and the brothers are just joking around about bananas.
Yeah, he's like, "Save me a banana," and the other brother goes, "What banana?" After he put it in his mouth. Haha.
What jokesters. Piper is like, hey, mom, I kind of need some new shoes for school.
Oh, just new shoes.
Like a whole new outfit, everything. Let's go to the mall. And the mom's like, okay, we can do that. And Mari like nervously comes down, still definitely not fully comfortable with everything.
Yeah, to eat breakfast with them.
Yeah. And she's like, they're like, hey, you want to go to the mall with us? She said, sure, I'll go to a mall.
Yeah, and then they're like, "We'll have some breakfast." She's like, "Okay. Can I have some orange juice?" And so they give her some orange juice. And then she's like, "I'll also take sausage and toast and blah
Some
blah."
bacon and some pancakes and like,
Well, there's also like South African food that I've never heard of before.
but she's asking for a whole meal, and all the other kids are like, and they like just get out of there. And the mom's
Leave.
like, hey, you have like a housekeeper at home? She's like, yeah, we have a Flora.
Flora. And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
And she's like, yeah, we're not Flora. The way this is going to work is you're getting treated part of the family, which means what you're eating right now is cereal.
yep, we're eating cereal this morning, so you're also gonna eat cereal." And the Mari does. She
Yeah.
actually does.
The mom
pour it in her
walks
cereal.
away,
Yeah.
and Marty does. There's, again, like a lot of ways that we can put into the morality storytelling of everything within this movie. They choose to have Mari be kind of a fast learner in a lot of ways, which probably works better for like runtime and everything and making the character cheerable, everything within there.
Mhm.
But she pretty quickly was like, I want to stay.
Well, I think a good point of this movie is like children,
Children are adaptable.
they are adaptable and like yes, they are taught a certain way, but if you show them a different experience, they actually adapt really quickly
Yes.
and can have a really good understanding.
Very true.
Yeah, understanding about diversity and acceptance and treating people kindly. Like, and there's so many flaws in society about like, oh, we can't teach our children this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you can. You can just put it in simple terms that they'll understand and then they will get it. Like, put them in situations where there is acceptance
hmm
and that's what they'll soak in. Kids are sponges, you know? And
Kids are very adaptable
yeah,
and deserve to be given more credit for that than they often receive.
yeah,
So, there's a good lesson again within this movie.
yeah.
So they get ready to go to the mall, and they're like getting in the car, and Mari notices all of the neighbors, all black as well.
Yeah.
There's like a one DC character who's white, and it's just like one of the friends.
Yeah. I mean, they see more white people at the mall, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then they go to like the more shady part of town, and Mari's like, "Oh,
She's just taking in everything with her, and she's like, are we still in Washington, D.C. right now? And she's like, yeah, we are. And Mari's like, it's kind of like our townships that we have in Dundee,
Mhm.
like way more rundown, ragtag, not a good spot of town or anything.
Yeah.
And someone jumps a bit on the car, and Murray jumps and scared, but it's someone there to windshield wash.
Yeah, he just wants to clean the windshield, and, so
Murray's
she's
like,
like, "Is that his job?" And the mom's like, "It is today." And she's like, "So on his pass, he has windshield wash?"
Piper's like, what's pass?
He's like and she's like, "Oh, yeah, pass, that's what the blacks carry around that has" I think the mom
Yes.
actually
The
explains it.
mom the mom explains that
Yeah.
it's the movement identity pass
Yes.
that every black person had one in apartheid South Africa, saying like, "Oh, this is your job. This is what you're doing."
Yeah, so they have
This thing.
permission to leave, like or go from city to city with their identification, and Piper's like, "Do they like having those?" And Mari goes, "Of
Of course.
course.
Yeah, it's for their own good. It
It's for their
helps
own
the cops keep
safety."
track of them.
Yeah.
They love carrying around the passes. It keeps them out of trouble.
Yeah, and Piper's like,
Yeah,
"What?"
Piper keeps softly pushing back on all of this, but
Yeah.
the point of the scene is just like, oh yeah, the full propaganda machine
It's working
came
on
out
Mari, like, her dad's a
because
cop.
it's something where you can see with your own eyes, no, that clearly doesn't make sense. But if you get told that for a while, people believe shit
No,
like that
it's
all the
how she
time.
grew up.
Yeah,
Yeah. She was told,
you were
like,
told that from
it's for their
starting.
own good, and that's
We're
why she
doing the
believes it.
right thing.
Yeah, and it's not true.
Yeah. So then we get to the mall actually. And Mari's like, wow, this mall isn't segregated. And the mom's like, yeah, no one would want to shop here if it was, and you're not allowed to do it anyways.
Yeah, she
I
says
mean, it's only been like 20 years since Board v. Brown
yeah.
this was, but still.
But yeah, they're like, "As long as you have money, they don't care what you look like. That's what it's like here in America."
Yeah. And then we get a montage. Ooh, a shopping
Oh.
montage. So each try on some fashion, and it's very 70s.
Very 70s. Some of it's really cute.
Some of it would so fly today,
Hell
others
yeah.
wouldn't. But
Yeah,
some of it, like again, Mari's like rainbow vest,
so
so
good.
good. It would actually
Yeah, it was
go
like
so
the
far.
second outfit she put on, we're like, "That's really cute."
It would really work. Like day people would be getting compliments for
Yeah.
wearing that.
They're, like, dancing and trying on
Yeah.
clothes. "Haha, we're
It's
friends."
a very low budget montage
It is.
comparatively.
Yeah.
Like this movie doesn't feel low budget, but like in this part it did. Because
Yeah.
it's like one camera angle of them just in fitting rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then after that they're getting ice cream, and there's a barbershop quartet singing happy birthday to another guest.
Yeah, at the ice
And
cream shop.
yeah, they're just talking about shopping and stuff. And there's a black waiter with the ice cream place, and he trips over and spills ice cream all over a white customer.
No, and Mari goes, "Don't hit him," like, quietly to herself.
She literally sees a brief flashback, like we get shown on screen, of the
Yeah.
beginning of this movie when
Very, very unsubtle showing when the black waiter was, like, abused.
yeah.
Just you can't put that together yourself, you gotta show it.
Well, also in a movie like this, someone may have been coming in partway through.
Yeah. So the waiter's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, is there anything I can do?"
And the dude, the least believable actor in this whole thing was this role. I don't know. He's just like, nah, man, it's cool.
"You can get me one of those hot fudge sundaes, it's delicious," because it was, like, on his shirt and he tasted it. It's, like, the most dry delivery of a line, we're like, "That wouldn't happen." He wouldn't say those words like that, like, in real
The most
life.
common thing would be like, oh, it's okay. Like
Yeah, he
they'll
would say,
clean
like,
up.
"Don't worry about it," like, that's what I would believe happening.
But he was like, I'll take another one of these.
"Take one of those, it tastes so good on my shirt."
And Mari just kind of like is happy that's the way that it
Like,
happened.
"Oh, thank God."
Yeah. And then the barbershop quartet comes over and starts singing happy birthday to Mari.
Yeah,
And the mom's like, I didn't know it was your birthday.
she's like, "It's not," and Piper laughs. She's like, "'Cause it was a prank." She, like, told him it was her birthday, which is a good prank, and you get
And
free
you get
ice
free
cream.
ice cream.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So there we go. Uh, then we get a scene of the dad at work in DC doing his job as a congressman,
Yeah.
which, I mean, this is accurate with congressmen too, but it's just a lot of phone calls and like papers and talking to people.
Yeah, that's
But
what
that's what congressmen
being
do.
in
So
Congress is like.
And he's working on this like Pan-African event. They mention it like several times throughout.
I did not catch up on it at all. It just happens at the end of the movie, and I'm like, sure, this is happening.
But like they do actually mention it like 3 or 4 times
That's good.
throughout. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't really write about it that much, but they do like have throwaway lines multiple times
Wow.
about this.
I didn't even realize. Good for the writing of the movie.
It's a good script.
Yeah.
And the South African embassy calls him.
Whoa.
It's like, who am I talking to? Like, who's this lady? She's like, Mrs. Blah blah blah. I didn't.
Yeah, she corrects him because he says Miss,
and it's
she's
just
like,
a really
Mrs.
tense, awkward scene about like, you're hosting Amari, correct? And he's like, yes.
Yeah, and she says like, Mr. Dellums, and he goes,
Congressman Dellums.
Yeah, like give it right back to her, which is funny that like the little corrections, she corrected it to Mrs. to be like, I'm married to a man, and he's like, yeah, and I'm a congressman. So different levels of like respect me, titles.
Yeah. Beyond that, they just have that little awkward standoff, and she's like, well, just making sure everything's going well with you being the one to host it.
Yeah, you hosting her.
And the dad's like, well, maybe you can tell me about Stephen Biko, who you are hosting in one of your jails.
And she's like, I'll forward your request. And they hang up.
Yeah.
Just like tense.
So the dad comes home and he's just mad that he got called to confirm everything. He's like, I'm mad about being told who I can or cannot have in my house. And the mom's like, you didn't even want her in here.
I don't want her here.
That's bad if people tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the girls are talking with each other. And Mari's like, oh, I'm so excited to go to a school where I get to pick my own shoes.
Okay, that's not how the conversation happens. Piper's like, what shoes should I wear? And Mari's like, I don't know. I don't think about this stuff at my school because we have uniforms. And, like, I don't know. I've never had to pick my own shoes. And Piper's like, whoa, that's crazy. You all have uniforms at your schools? And she's like, yeah. And then Piper mentions that they're going to go to her school. And Mari's like, whoa.
We're going to a Bantu school?
Yeah, I didn't think I would go to a Bantu school.
And this is essentially the most insane DCOM scene. If we're actually...
It's the only time... So they use the N-word, and they actually say the N-word in this scene. It's the only DCOM that does it, which, like, of course it is. One other DCOM could justify it.
They're not doing it in Zombies.
Yeah. And the way they use it, though, is... very
extremely educational.
Educational, matter of fact, like...
It is a way... I'm not going to use it just because I don't want myself to take it out of context in any sort of way.
No, we're not going to say
and, like, there's no reason for this, but they talk about slurs, They
do.
And, Piper's like, you keep saying Bantu. Does that mean the N-word? Full R, like...
Yeah.
Just matter-of-factly. And Ari, like, back says, no. It means black. Like, that's what you would be called back in South Africa. Either that or colored or potentially the South African
She doesn't say you'd be called that. She says the South African version starts with a K, and we're not going to say it, but she's like, the K word means N-word, but I would never call you that. I would call you black or Bantu or colored. And Piper's like, there's so many words for black people there.
It's kind of crazy.
How many words are there for white people?
One, just white.
Just white.
Which I feel like is in of itself a great point.
That's a really good point.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
And again, it is very interesting. We have multiple characters fully dropping a hard R N-word because it's good to be educational, not like saying watch this. If you let this be raw, it hits a lot more than if they danced around something like this. And I really appreciate that. The scene is really well done, really well made.
Yeah.
Beyond that, especially where it goes to beyond that, because later Piper's talking with her parents about all the African slang. She's talking about all the different things, mostly non-race related to begin with, just like different slang.
And the school stuff and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah.
It's all so different and everything. And she's like, I can't believe how many classifications of people there are. Mari said that we would be Bantu back in South Africa, or was it Or did she say we'd be
K
the
word.
K word?
Yeah. And they're like, what did she call you? She called you that? Oh, hell no. And the dad's
Like,
storming.
the dad storming out, the mom immediately, like, perked up and, like, was there, but she's, like, trying to be hesitant
They're
to
like,
get to,
did
like,
she
there.
call you that?
And
And
Piper's like, "Wait, I'm not sure. I'm really
like,
not confident."
I think actually maybe no. And the dad's storming. And Piper's like, stop. I remember now. Like, she said she would never call me
Yeah,
that.
that's the word she said she would never call me.
Yeah.
I messed up, I'm sorry. And the dad's like,
Well, burn.
"It's okay," and, like,
Yeah.
goes back, but he's still clearly, like, on high alert
Yeah.
about the whole situation.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, that it was intense.
Yeah.
Mari was not present for that situation, but it happened right outside of her room.
Yeah.
Late at night, that night, Mari walks through the house. She goes into the living room, turns on the light, and starts paging through a copy of Roots, the
Hmm.
book. And the dad comes down to check, like, what's going on. And Mari's like shocked at first, like, "Oh, didn't mean to like wake you up or anything." Dad's like, "Just came in to check everything, and it's okay to read."
Yeah. And it's like, oh, what book you got? Oh, that's a really good book. Might be
Yeah,
the best book in the house.
yeah. It helped white Americans see the horror of slavery,
Hmm.
let them see what was going on. Were you taught? You weren't taught about American slavery
Yeah.
in South Africa. Well,
No.
that makes enough sense. Well, if you want to learn about it, it's the best book in the house. And if you don't finish it during the time that you're here, please feel free, take it home,
Which,
keep
like,
it.
dude, maybe don't let her take that home because that's probably gonna be dangerous for her to take it home.
I mean, again, there's a lot of real world interesting consequences to think about all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says thank you.
He says thank you. Yeah. And dad's like, all right, have a good night. Get it some good sleep. It's your first day of school tomorrow. You don't want to be sleeping all through it. And Mari's like, I'm sorry that I made you think that I could potentially call Piper the K word.
Mhm.
And yeah,
So she heard.
he's
He's
like, you heard that? Hey, I don't think you're a bad person. I just think you've been taught some bad things.
yeah,
All right, go get
bye.
some sleep.
That yeah, not much to
Not
say.
much else to say. At school the next day, like, they're walking to school and all the kids are asking Mari
Well, it's the
about
white kid.
the white kid. No, the brothers are too.
Oh, okay, but the white kid's like, um, don't you see, like, elephants and lions and stuff in Africa? And she's like, "No."
No, there's like sheep and cows, maybe.
And dogs.
It's like the same, and everyone's like, well, that's kind of stupid. He's like, there's a zoo. I'm like, we have zoos.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the heck? What's the point of living in Africa if you don't see a lion and stuff?
So the girls get to their school, and there's a giant line for exchange students and transfers. I don't know why it's so long. They really need a better system here.
It is the first day of school,
Yeah.
but yeah. And so Mari goes in line and she's just surrounded by black
Piper
people.
leaves her, says, "Well, I'll see you at lunch.
Yeah.
Go in the line. Good luck." And she's like staring at the line, slowly walking towards it, and
It's like all black
it's having a
kids.
panic attack.
Yeah.
There's all black kids. She's all alone
Yeah.
in an uncomfortable situation. It's a good moment that I think they show stuff like this because, again, you don't snap of a finger transition away from like the sensibilities that you were taught.
Mhm.
So that's all was there. And while she's like stumbling around, she bumps into this big black kid who's like a football player and knocks over his stuff. She picks it up and like shakily hands it to him.
Yeah, and he's like, "You're supposed to say sorry."
And Piper storms back and is like, hey,
She is
she
sorry.
is sorry.
Back off.
Stupid jocks. And then she's like, gets her to the back of the line and is like, there you go. See you at lunch again.
And
And
yeah, and Piper's not Piper. Mari's still just really
Mari
freaked
is
out.
still shaken
Yeah.
through all of that. But that's as much as we see in that whole situation.
That's all we see of school.
That's all we see at school, really. Yeah.
It's crazy.
At home afterwards, it's like they're back home and they're all talking about the first day, and the boys are like, "The first day of school is so boring."
Yeah.
Bleh. And Piper's like, "I don't know. I had some cool classes."
Yeah.
And Mari already has homework. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a book report.
And they're like, "Oh, what book?" oh, Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Payne. It's like, that's about South Africa. South African.
Crazy that was the sign the first day of school.
Yeah. We were like, was that targeted or not? But the mom's like, every kid in my high school had to read this. So
So I guess
maybe
it's
not.
just a book everyone reads.
Yeah. So the family is like, hey, we have the book. You can have it. Here you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And Mari starts to read it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I never heard of it. And
And,
Piper's like, how have you never heard of it? It's like a super famous author from your country.
and Mari's like, yeah, it was banned.
Banned? What the heck?
Yeah, she's like, the author wasn't famous in South Africa, you know? It's fine. He was banned. And Piper's like, how do things like get banned? What?
And Mari's like, the government bans it to protect us.
She's like, protect you from what?
I don't know.
She's like, I don't know.
Yeah. And then Piper's like, you want to go see Freaky
Random
Friday?
like twist on here.
Let's go see Freaky Friday. And it's like, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, movies. We call them bioscopes in South Africa.
I find it funny, like Disney's like, yeah, go watch Freaky Friday out of any 70s movie that they could pick the one that they like probably had the rights to and were actively working on a script of. I don't know exactly the year of the Lindsay Lohan
I can look it up.
Freaky Friday, but it very well may have been in
It
development.
was 2003, and this came out in 2000, so.
Like, it probably was in early stages of development. They
Yeah.
had the rights again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So, yeah. And they're getting ready with the movie. Piper's like, I'm glad you stayed. And Mari's like, I'm glad I stayed too.
Yeah.
They're bonding. They have a good time. And we get the second montage of the movie. It's just them being happy and doing stuff together. They went to the movies. They're just grooving to the vinyl records that they have. They go to school. They feed ducks at the park. And then more dancing. They like always cut back to them dancing. At one point, the mom joins in and is absolutely killing it.
The mom has such good dancing. She like does like the like Rasputin. You know what I'm talking about?
Rah, Rasputin.
Where you like bend down and come back up. Yeah,
she can kill it.
It's awesome.
Yeah. If you want a good dancing movie that talks about racism, ignore zombies. Go to Color of Friendship. And then they're just like, at the end of the montage, Mari's talking about how she's going to teach Piper how to play tennis. And they're so excited about all that.
Yeah.
But as they're walking home, third act time.
Third act. Things are getting serious.
There's a strange car in the front driveway. And there's like a white man in front of their house.
Yeah, and they're like,
everything. And they're like, what's going on? They walk in and it's like, oh, this is the South African embassy. They want to speak with Mari alone privately.
They're like, yeah, we're taking you back to South Africa.
Yeah, they say, well, how's the family treating you? And they're like, they're treating me great. What
do you mean?
What? Huh? And
like,
she's, you're being returned home. And Mari's like, what? No, I don't want to go.
And they're like,
and they look at the desk that she was like staying with, and they noticed the book that she was reading.
That book, The Cry My Beloved Country and Roots, she has in her room, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going back.
Yeah. So Mari gets taken down, and she's like crying.
She's crying, and Piper's like, what's wrong? And she's like, I have to go home.
They're taking me home. And Piper's like, what? No, you can't do it. And the embassy people are like, it's for the safety of the child. And they take her into the car and drive her towards the embassy.
Crazy.
And Piper's like, I gotta get Dad. I gotta call Dad. And the dad, she can't reach him because he's in emergency meetings. Every time she goes in, it's an emergency meeting.
She can't get a hold of him.
So what is going on? It's a lot of crazy stuff happening. And then they're driving to the embassy. And as they're getting towards the embassy, there's a ton of anti-apartheid protesters actively shouting, angry.
Yeah.
Something just happened.
Yeah.
Mari's just like taking it all in. It's a lot of scary sights and situations of the world getting upturned and everything. But she gets delivered into the embassy. And in there, one of the workers in the embassy is like, Stephen Biko is dead. He killed himself.
He killed himself. And she's like, what? One random guy kills himself and now I have to go home? Like, what does that have to do with me?
Yeah. And apparently this is revoking her visa and everything. And the worker in the embassy is like, you'll understand when you're older. And Mari's like, I understand now. This is bullshit.
This is bullshit. Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. And we get
Mhm.
a scene of the dad who's hard at work and it's very busy in his office. He's like, "All right, I got official word from like Amnesty International. Uh, Stephen Biko died from police beatings, not
Yeah,
from
he did not
suicide."
kill himself. And this is something I did see in the wiki article too, and they mentioned the movie where they said he's like on a hunger strike, and it's uncovered like no, he was not on a hunger strike. He did not kill himself. He was beaten very badly, and that is how he died.
Yeah, and this is a decom.
Yeah,
This is
it's
very
crazy.
real life situations that are hard to bring up with kids at all. And I'm shocked at well how this movie talks about all this, especially in the fact that it doesn't dumb any of it down.
Yeah,
I respect this movie a hell of a lot for
yeah,
not only like mentioning suicide at all as like a thing, but then talking about no, it wasn't a suicide. The police are lying about being a suicide
yeah,
because they killed him.
crazy.
And like, yes, that's a true story, but that's like this is a true story they decided to cover on the Disney
Yeah,
Channel.
and the fact like they don't shy away from the truth. Like they don't get into everything. They do it as well as they can PG, but they don't shy away from any part of the truth.
And yeah, they made it an accessible movie while not losing the power and rawness that it could have.
Exactly.
So after the dad gets a report on that, they're like working through the whole situation, figuring out the best response, best way. He's a part of, the task force for anti-apartheid.
Yeah.
So,
And it's a big deal what just happened.
and his like assistant comes up and is like, "Hey, your daughter's on line 3. She's been calling all day. She really like wants to talk to you."
Yeah, so he's
So
like, "All right." And he picks up the phone and she's like,
she's
"She's
gone.
gone. They took her." And he's like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Mari got
Um,
taken away to the embassy
yeah,
and everything. And the dad like is like, "Put your mother on. We need
yeah.
to talk real quick."
That's the end of this scene.
Yeah. Back at the house, Piper is just sad sitting out in the front yard, like
With Daniel.
depressing. Yeah, Daniel comes over to
Yeah.
drop some stuff off for the Pan African Festival. That's why he's
Hey,
there.
you're right.
See,
They
they
did
mention it
mention
a
it.
couple of random times.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, "Where's your South African friend?"
Samari's on. It's like, we've been betting on how long it was going to take. Neither of us thought she was going to last this
Yeah,
long.
because Piper said she's gone. And yeah, I didn't think she'd last this long.
Piper just keeps getting mad that people assume that she left on her own.
Yeah, she's like, she didn't want to leave. They made her leave. And she's like, South Africa may have a lot of problems, but she was my friend.
Yeah. And then Daniel's like, if she was really your friend, why didn't she offer to have you over to
Yeah.
South Africa,
This
huh?
whole time when you've been so close to each other, has she ever once said, you should come visit me?
Which Piper's like, oh, and it just never came up or anything. I feel like it's kind of a bold thing in a student exchange program type thing, A. And B, it's being left unsaid that they both know apartheid exists.
Yeah, obviously Piper would know there's a reason that can't happen. But what he's doing is pointing out, like, hey, yeah, you guys are
Your
friends,
friend's here.
but yeah, your friend's here,
How
but
how true is it?
where she comes from, you are not treated the same. You are treated a lot worse. So maybe dig into that a little bit instead of just like immediately saying, ah, you're not one of them, you know?
Yeah. And she's like, Mari might have finally asked, and Daniel's just like, hey, Stephen Biko is dead, Piper.
That's a big deal.
What does Mari think of that?
Yeah.
And
Like,
then
yes, you guys are
leaves.
friends, but you also come from very fundamentally different backgrounds. So
Yeah.
maybe address that a little bit.
Then we get back into the embassy, and we're like, people inside the embassy are reading or watching a news report on Biko's funeral and protests and everything that's going on. Uh, and Mari gets taken away to call her parents. And they're like, okay, you got to go tell them, yeah, you're coming home, like get on the
Hmm.
plane and everything. But the person who was watching over her has to leave to go grab
Yeah, so
something.
she leaves Mari alone with the phone, and who's the first person she calls?
Yeah, Cheese looks at the phone for a while, rings the rotary phone, and it's the Dellums household.
She calls them first.
And it rings for like 5 rings, and Piper picks it up just as Mari hangs up.
Yeah, so they don't talk to
They
her.
don't talk. And then she like sighs for a bit and then does call her family through the she has to call like the international operator
Yeah, so she
first.
calls that, and as she's going through the operator, she sees Ron Bellum come in, and she smiles. She's like, "Oh yeah,
And she hangs up excitedly, like halfway through telling the number.
yeah." And she
And
runs over to him, and he's like, "Don't worry, everything's gonna be all right."
yeah, he just has this very fatherly, but also just like professional, it's gonna be okay
Yeah,
demeanor.
she very much wants to stay
Yeah.
still.
She doesn't like the situation that's going on. She wants to continue learning,
Yeah,
which I think is a yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yep, yep, yeah.
Sometimes it's hard when we're like fans of a movie to talk too much more about these scenes, especially when they're so serious.
Yeah, this is a very serious movie, so it's hard to like give
Too
good.
much of commentary,
Yeah,
especially when there's a lot of perspective. We can talk about this as being a kids movie because we have a lot of expertise in talking about kids movies. This is both South African culture and Black American culture
yeah,
are stuff that we do not have much personal experience in. We're learning
right.
more than we are
Yeah.
educating.
We're coming at this from people who have learned from this movie. I learned way more about apartheid than I ever knew,
Mhm.
which is kind of sad. I didn't really learn about that. This movie is very educational and good. Yeah.
So, yeah. Uh, Piper is just sad in her bedroom because everything's going on. And Mari knocks on the door, like stumps in and is like, hey, guess what? I'm here. And for some reason, it's just like yapping a lot.
She's just like, "That's right, I'm back at the party,"
Let's
and
go.
Piper's like, "This is not my vibe." You know?
She's just shocked with the whole situation. And the dad talks to the mom. Is like, mom's like, how did you work that out? And the dad's like, you think I just told the embassy how terrible of a PR nightmare it would be if this whole Stephen Biko thing is going on, and you took kidnapping of a South African girl is a part of it?
Mm,
That would not look good for them. So they let her come back.
mhm.
Yeah. Um. Then we get Piper and Mari talking with each other, and Piper is like, "Hey, Mari, would it be cool if I came and stayed in South Africa with you?"
And Mari's like,
Yeah.
pauses. Yeah. Long pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
For sure. Anyway.
Yeah, I can't believe all the chaos today just because some criminal Biko killed himself.
And Piper's like, he didn't kill himself. He was killed by the police.
Police
Like,
brutality.
yeah, and they're arguing like,
Yeah,
is he a
they get into a big fight. I They talk about a lot of different things within here. It really just shows for how far they've come, how far they still have to go,
Yeah.
and everything. They argue over the role of Biko, whether he's an activist or he was just a common thug.
Mhm.
If policemen are pigs, because she's
Yeah.
like, my dad's not a pig.
Yeah, because Piper says like the police killed them, they're pigs. And she's like, don't call my dad a pig. He's not a pig. And Piper's like, do you have any black friends back home? And she's like, of course I do. I have Flora. And it's like, no, that's your servant.
She's like, your servant. Like,
Yeah.
and she's like, you don't understand what this feels like to be all surrounded and like places. And she's like, you don't know how what it feels like to be a minority.
Yeah, like literally Mari's like, you don't understand what it's like to be outnumbered by these people. And Piper's like, are you fucking serious? Like,
Yeah, it's a pretty nasty fight, honestly.
yeah.
They're not being mean to each other, but they're
They're
being
saying very brutally honest things to each other. Like,
yeah. Mari just storms out saying like, "Hey, if you didn't want me back, you just needed to say so."
yeah.
And storms out and goes and like cries on the front yard.
And the parents see them. It's like, what's happening now? We just got her back. What the heck?
Yeah, they're like the parents and the kids were watching TV, and the parents were like, "Well, we got to go outside now." And the brothers just stay back and they go, "Girls."
What a girl problem this is.
What? Why undercut the seriousness of all of this?
Hey, little comic relief coming at you from the pool.
From the boys, the brothers. Yeah. So the dad goes and checks in on Mari outside, and she's like, "Hey, I didn't go to the embassy to bring you back just to see you two start fighting.
Yeah, what's
What the
going
heck?"
on? And she's like, Piper won't be able to visit me in South Africa. Like, obviously he didn't know the context, but she's like, it's true, she wouldn't be able to visit me there. And I would give anything to change that. And the dad's like, well,
I can't.
it's the
And
government.
yeah, she's like, well, yeah, that's the government's fault. She's like, it's not my government that wouldn't allow it. And he's like, okay, so your neighbors and your friends, that's
Yeah.
still the fault of the government.
Yeah, it was
That's
still them putting those thoughts into their heads.
yeah. You have to be stopped being taught all the wrong lessons.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
how this
he's saying,
changes.
like, society, like, your parents, their parents, like, they're all being taught the same thing by the government, all these wrong things.
In a
And
worse movie, this would look like a hand wavy against racism, but it's very clear the distinct point that's
this
being
is
made
the
here.
conversation, and, like, Piper comes out, and the whole conversation, like, this is the point of the movie. And he's saying, yeah, like, the cycle needs to break at some point. And it breaks with people like you who
Hmm.
learn better, you know?
Yeah. Mari's like, when I was in the embassy, I felt like a prisoner. Like nobody was listening to me. It didn't feel good not to have control
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
And Mari, like Piper comes out, joins into the conversation. Like it all feels more calm now, but
Yeah, they're, like, starting to forgive each other. Like, I guess Piper more forgiving, Mari, and Mari understanding
yeah,
where she was wrong. Um, and then she
Mari's like,
tells about the
yeah,
weaver
hey,
bird.
have you heard of a weaver bird?
Mhm.
Tells the story Flora was telling at the beginning about the bird with the big nest that has a village and all the birds of different colors working together,
Yeah.
making a society. I don't know if these birds actually do that,
Well, I'll look it up, you can keep going.
but it makes for a very easy metaphor. Um, and I was told about the bird once by a friend, a very good friend.
Mhm.
She's
Yeah,
talking about
a
Flora, of
very
course.
good friend. Okay, I just looked up pictures, and then, it says sociable weaver birds and their nests like a giant nest.
Okay,
So I think it's true.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge nest filled with different families of different colors. They help each other and they don't fight.
Yeah, if only people could be that way.
The next scene is at the Pan African Festival.
Well, that they mentioned so many
Yeah,
times.
they mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah.
So it was like the first time I remembered thinking to myself, this is random, but they did actually mention it a couple times.
Yeah.
And the whole Dellums family is dressed up, including Mari, in some more tribal gear.
Mhm.
And Daniel hands them a South African freedom flag. Like every member of the family is like, here, each of you have one of these, fighting the good fight in South Africa. And Mari's like, looks at it and says, these are banned back home. She wasn't handed one initially.
Yeah, and he goes, "Here, you can have mine." And she
Yeah,
takes it.
which is an interesting point of Daniel coming around because the last we saw of him was basically saying she will never change.
Yeah, but he's like, "Here, take mine." I mean, do you think it was a test to be like, "You wanna take mine?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Maybe. Yeah. And the dad goes up onto the stage at the festival and starts giving a passion speech. And he's like, I heard this story from a good friend of mine
It was me.
about these weaver birds.
Yeah. Good old
And
motivational.
he spruces up the speech because he's a
Yeah.
politician.
Yeah. He's all just like, "We gotta make these dreams come true, and the Weaver birds live together," like, emotional, what you'd expect
Yeah.
for, like, the end of the movie, you know?
And during the speech, like it transitions into the scene, and we see clips of Mari leaving at the airport,
Yeah.
going back to South Africa. Piper and Mari hug and everything. They're saying goodbyes, and she
Yeah.
flies back
She
to
goes
South
back.
Africa because her time was up. It's been the 4 months,
Yeah.
and back in South Africa, her family drives her home. And she gets out of the car and gives a huge hug.
She runs. She sprints out of
Like
the
the parents
car,
look at her like kind of confused
like,
about it all.
"Whoa," and I'm sure she hugged her parents at the airport, but she sprints in so that she could give Flora a big hug.
And she shows the inside of her vest to Flora, where she stitched on the freedom flag.
Yeah, which, like,
Very
damn,
risky.
girl. Damn, girl, your dad's a cop.
He's a cop and he's like 10 feet behind you.
Yeah, but she has it, and so Flora just, like,
And
smiles
Flora,
at her.
yeah, is clearly pleased by the character development that went through.
Yeah, she's like, "I understand now." Um,
And she goes inside the house and she sees her brother Rian's
the bird,
bird,
the
the
weaver
weaver
bird.
bird that he has in a cage.
Yeah, she
And
takes it.
she takes it out and releases it outside, and it flies away, and we get a freeze frame of the bird flying.
Yeah, like the
Weird
blurry
freeze frame,
bird.
like, I get it, because thematically it's a good ending.
And it's a DCOM, so they have to
They had to
freeze
do a
frame.
freeze frame. That it is still a decom at the end of the day.
They have to freeze frame the ending, and it's this blurry flying bird. It's pretty funny. And then we get info about real life, what happened.
Yeah. So, yeah, we talked about some of the stuff within here, but we didn't talk about these specific pieces that the movie wanted us to come away with.
Yes.
In 1986, the anti-apartheid bill, co-sponsored by Congressman Ronald V. Dellums, was passed by the House of Representatives.
Woohoo!
No, it's weird that they say by the House of Reps, which
I
makes me
know.
think it didn't pass into law.
Yeah, that makes me
It's
think
very
that too.
probable it didn't, honestly.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. And then the first free elections in the history of South Africa took place in April 1994. The Dellums family was there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing. I know this takes place in the 70s, but the 90s feels so much more recent that it
It's
really
oh
makes
my
you
gosh,
remember how recent apartheid really was.
and it's like almost 20 years after the events of this movie is when it happened. Like it still took time.
Yeah. Change takes time.
Yeah.
Societal change like that.
At that point in real life, remember, like they lost touch with Mari, who was Carrie in real life. Like probably wasn't good for her.
Yeah.
So, but that's anyway. That's the end of the movie. That's the decom.
Yeah.
Color Friendship.
It's a powerful movie.
It's a good movie. And yeah, it's so weird. We said it like it doesn't feel like a decom. It feels like like a separate Disney movie that is shown like in classrooms. Is what it feels like.
It feels like a theater movie of a low budget.
Yeah.
Which is a compliment to it.
Yeah.
But mainly just for like cinematic scope. Again, imagine watching this and having Kim Possible come on after.
Crazy.
Like
Impossible.
this is the only movie I think in the entire list where I felt like I might not be qualified to talk about it.
Yeah, it's just it's really good. It handles its subject matter really well. I mean, like, and there's other serious decoms. Like, there's literally one about 9/11.
Yeah.
That one's boring as hell.
Or the 9/11 one is a lot less interesting. Like if we take a look at the serious decoms that are here, there's like True Confessions, which is flawed even if it has some power within it.
Right.
There's Buffalo Dreams, which is kind of similar within that.
Yeah.
And then there's Tiger Cruise, which just kind of gets the message all wrong and has terrible green screening.
A horrible green screen.
The message is fine in what it is, but like it is not telling a message that feels relevant at all to like current times at all.
Yeah, whereas like the best part of that movie was when the kid was talking about how he saw the towers every day he lived in New York.
Yeah.
Like that was the best part of the movie. That's what they needed to explore more. And that's what this movie actually does about like real impacts that apartheid have on white people and black people, like people across the world. Like this is interesting stuff.
Again, not only that, we get all the lessons and learning in a way that we might not have otherwise gotten, but this movie chooses the right morals to be the ones to stick on.
Mhm.
That it would have been very easy to write this movie differently and get that all wrong. So that's where I think it's just a really well crafted piece of what this is.
Yeah.
And that's also why it's very hard for us to rank because it's so different from everything else. Like a movie like Tiger Cruise, we can rank with the other because it's still got a lot of the decom cheese.
Yeah.
This has basically zero decom cheese, other than the brothers making jokes a little bit.
But that's not decom cheese.
No, it's just like
a
a
different
little
kind
bit
of
normal
cheese.
cheese, you know?
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like a decom.
No, it's weird.
And in the way that like it is so hard to rank this comparatively to anything.
That makes sense. Final Drinkhouse ranking of this movie was 21.
Yeah.
Pretty high.
And again, I could see an argument for this at number 1 really easily. The only thing that's basically the rules has got to be high because it's just so hard to judge this. You can't assign when we're talking about movie rankings. This is a useful, valuable watch and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But so is, let's say, Zone of Interest, a movie that Kelsey and I both agreed when we watched it in theaters. It was a very intense, educational, like, watch.
Mm-hmm.
But Kelsey hates that
but I
movie.
hated watching it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's not a fun watch. This movie is more of a fun watch.
Yeah.
Not like to do complete apples to oranges within
Yeah.
these.
I have appreciation for Zone of Interest and what it is, but fucking hated sitting through that movie. Like,
And like a movie can accomplish what it is without there. But when we're ranking art subjectively, it's so hard to rank a movie like this compared to Freaky Friday,
yeah, or High School Musical, like,
High School Musical.
yeah,
This is
Camp Rock, like what?
this is right next to Jump in our official like
Jank House.
Jank House ranking.
Yeah.
And that's like, how in the world do you compare those movies? They're not even the most thematically different, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But they are leagues apart in terms of what it feels like. So it's a hard thing to rate.
Yeah. So we have it at 21. Benji, you had it at 22, so right there. I had a little bit lower at 31. And that's just like a thing where I have a great appreciation for this movie. I think it's good, but it's not like my favorite DCOM that I'm gonna want to throw on all the time. You know, I like a little bit more of the whimsy,
Yeah.
funny ha-has.
And yeah, basically
Still high though.
out of the 100 whatever it is DCOMs that there are,
hmm
the 122 that we're currently ranking, I think you can rank 120 of one of them on the same scale and not have really an issue. And this is like the one real exception to that because they all of those feel more together to me than this one does. Maybe I need to scroll through this list and make sure there isn't another one I feel that way about, but I don't think there is.
Yeah.
All the other like serious DCOMs still feel cheesy B movie in a way that this movie just doesn't.
Yeah. Agreed.
So wherever we end up ranking this movie, just know we like it. And it's hard to compare art to art.
Yeah. And that's Color Friendship.
It's called friendship.
So thank you guys for listening to our thoughts. If you have thoughts, email us at thedcomduo@gmail.com and comment wherever else. Now we gotta spin the wheel and figure out what we're watching next time. What do you think it's gonna be?
Oh, I think it's going to be Jet Jackson the movie.
Oh,
We talked about it earlier.
crazy. I think it's gonna be the Jenny Project.
Ah, monkey movie.
Monkey. Alright, spinning the wheel. You ready?
For the Night of Nights?
No, it's Bad Hair Day.
Okay.
Bad Hair Day.
Yeah. I mean, anything was going to be a whiplash from here, but we go with Bad Hair Day. Let's go.
I'm excited to watch this again because I remember being pleasantly surprised.
I was more than pleasantly surprised. I liked this movie.
I liked it too.
I liked this quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I think this movie gets a bad rap, and I'm curious if it maybe doesn't work as well because we've only seen it once.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
But I remember the villain being comically evil in a fun way. I remember in a classic prom queen plot type thing, like actually kind of liking all the dynamics within there.
Yeah. So
So,
tune in 2 weeks for us to talk about Bad Hair Day.
all right, take care.
Bye.
Scenes from our next episode.
I'm colorblind. Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, I'm colorblind, and then she won.
And it was a lie.
I'm a cop who is totally a real cop. You gotta come with me, girl. I'm actually hijacking this to go and try and solve this diamond mystery case.
Oh,
Anywhere.
but my hair is so bad today.
Like all my computer system to design my best like prom queen outfit.
I pull people on the internet.
I'm the evil guy, and I think I'm British, but I don't actually fully remember. And literally all I do is like James Bond villain.
I steal diamonds.
Mwahaha. Hey, thanks for helping solve the case. You can have anything in this like lost and found like current legal evidence. Oh, you can dress up in that for your prom.
There's a prom dress in here. It's perfect.